I don't know about you, but this intro to this game really hooked me. As soon as I heard the tones and I saw the blacks and the whites on the OLED, like first, let me just introduce you to today for my Apple Arcade First Impressions series. I bring you Towaga Among Shadows, available to play on the iPhone, iPad, iMac, and iPod Touch, plus the Apple TV through Apple Arcade. I was able to play this stick shooter for 30 minutes, and I can say that I liked it. The gameplay is fast and simple, yet challenging. But before I talk about all that, let me just bring attention to how beautiful this game looks on an OLED display. The art style is to my liking, and it is on the dark side and not much brightness when it comes to the color palettes here, but the blacks and the colors that are there, they show up and they contrast in a way that it just tickles my retina in a good way. First, I checked out the single player menu, and even after 30 minutes, I still feel like I don't fully understand the single player menu because it seems confusing to me. But besides that, once you hit part 1 and the fist on the bottom side of the screen, you are taken into a tutorial that does a good job at teaching you the basics. You control the character's aim with the right virtual stick, and the left one acts as a secondary / activator for your extra abilities, which go on top of your actual light beam. For example, you get like a force push at first, then you will get an ice beam attached to your main beam, which is a legit looking laser made out of light beam thingy. Your currency is the soul shards, which then you can use to upgrade your beam and your build and spells. So your build is just your health, the wideness of the beam, your actual damage, recovery, etc. Then of course you have the spells, which is just different beams that you can abilities that you can attach to your beam, and then you have your customization, which is just tunics, outfits, pretty much. I haven't been able to unlock any because they cost 500 shards, so definitely that is probably a little bit later into the game. But I do like the fact that there's no in-app purchases. Like, I will get these when I play and I put the work, and effort into it. Talking about the spells, as you can see, there's multiple ones. This is the force push one that I talked about, but then there's the ice one that you unlock later on. So it's definitely, it has its depthness to it. The graphics on the iPad Pro go to a max of 60 FPS as of the recording of this video. But I hope we get a 120 FPS mode on the iPad Pro because I think it would look amazing. The game isn't just about standing on one spot and exercising demons all day with your light beam, though. There is a lot of that, but it does also have some sections where you can move around. I at first thought that the fact that I wasn't going to be moving around much was going to affect the game in a negative way, but so far, that changed. It's not a big deal anymore for me, but I will let you know in the social medias under NWarrior7, links in the description, if my mindset changes, and I would like to hear your point of view on the game. What were your first impressions? Also, don't forget to let me know if you would like a review of this game, and I will gladly do one. Just don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up with the bell activated so you get notified in the future whenever the first impression videos come out on further Apple Arcade games and the review of this if we get to making one. As you can see here, there are boss fights as the one we are currently watching, which make they're actually interesting, at least the one that I had here. I enjoyed it, but we'll see if they get more complex as we go, because honestly, the survival mode is super hard. At one point, I had to, even the normal campaign, I had to turn on the assistive mode, which gives you boost in health, because it was hard. Like, unless you repeat stuff and whatnot, you're gonna be stuck grinding. So I activated it. I don't know necessarily what it does long term, but I just felt like I wanted to keep going and have fun, So seeing the story, which so far it's still interesting. It's definitely bare bones, but I mean, I want to see what happens. Also, after clearing one phase / level, you can go to your man cave and upgrade your abilities, which get more expensive the further you go up in them, like the usual. And I personally love that there are no in-app purchases, that I know that the things here are for me to be rewarded after I give an investment of time, rather than how long I can resist until I open my wallet, To wrap things off, on my iMac Pro base model, I was able to turn the graphics to 5K and set texture and level of detail to high, which is the highest. Post-processing full screen is also on, and you can turn off post-processing full screen, and then texture and level of detail, you can lower them to medium to low, and of course resolution, you can go as low as you need to and as high as you can. I'm going to show you on the Sky Survival level to finish off how hard this game can get. Plus a little detail that I didn't notice on the mobile versions like iPad and iPhone, but there is screen tearing on the beam. I don't know if this video does any justice, honestly. I can't see it right now, barely. But whenever I was playing, I could obviously see the beam tearing. Probably due to the refresh rate in the mouse speed rather than, you know, the game itself not keeping up because everything else was moving smoothly at 5K. So if you need anything else like multiplayer stuff, I'll check that up on my review. But on this, I wasn't able to. I actually think there is no matchmaking for this game. It's all just local multiplayer. So that's something to consider. But anyway, I'll talk to you all next time. And Waro7 signing off.